So this video is for geometry. We have a test coming up on chapter 12 with all these circles, and I got a great, really cool extended response for you here. Alright, so it says, a regular pentagon is inscribed in a circle as shown. Find the measure of arc AB. Alright, so this requires using, the idea of a regular pentagon, arcs, and central angles. Now, on this picture, there's no center. I'm going to estimate the center. I'm going to say it's right there. Call it O. So, if AB is my arc, and I'll go ahead and shade it, then what is the central angle that goes with AB? Well, it's this one. It's AOB. So, if I can find the measure of this angle, then I have the measure of the arc, because the arc is equal to the central angle. So over here, I'll write this down. The angle, so the measure, so I'll just say angle AOB equals the measure of arc AB. So how are we going to find this? Well, it is a pentagon. If I were to continue drawing all these are radii actually, right? 0 to A, that's a radius of the circle. If I were to continue to draw these radii, right? You see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles here. The sum of these 5 central angles is 360. So to find x, which is angle AOB, so to find angle AOB, I'm going to take 360 and divide it by 5. Because again, there are 5 angles in the center, and they're all the same because this is a regular pentagon. Right? So all these angles are the same. And 360 divided by 5 is 72. Therefore, the measure of arc AB is 72 degrees. Alright, so now the next part is the cool part. Alright, here we go. So now it's saying if the radius is 6, find AB. Find the length of AB, not arc AB, but segment AB. Okay? Alright, so how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to draw the same kind of picture again. I'll do it blue this time. So here's my center, O. I'm going to draw those 2 radii like I had. 1 to A, 1 to B. And now these are 6s. Now understand this is a radius. O, the center, out to the circle is a radius. So now what kind of triangle is this? This is an isosceles triangle. That's a very important idea. Triangle AOB is isosceles. That's going to help us later, okay? Alright, so we just learned that, and I want to find AB. So call this, just call it AB. I want to find AB. So I'm actually going to use trigonometry to do this, and here's how, okay? So this is a lot to think about, but it's good to get you thinking this way. We already know what this angle is. This angle right here is 72. I'm going to draw it on the outside. Like so. Now, in order to find the length of this side, okay, if I have an angle measure, I'm going to use trigonometry, if you remember from chapter 8. However, I don't have a right triangle. Or do I? This is an isosceles triangle. Look what I can do. I can draw a perpendicular from the center O out to AB. And now what does that perpendicular do? Well, that is the perpendicular bisector of angle AOB. So this angle and that angle are congruent. And it's the perpendicular bisector of segment AB. So those 2 parts are congruent. So now, if I look at this right triangle here at the top, because both these are right angles, if this is 72 all the way across, then 72 divided by 2 is 36. That angle's 36. And now let me draw this triangle out to the side here. I'm going to do it in orange so I'm going to draw the top triangle. So this is the right angle. Here's A. Here's O. I don't have a letter for that. I'm not worried about that. This is 36, and this is 6, your radius. And now, I think I can use trigonometry to find this, call that x. Now, if I call this x, then this is also x. So A to B is actually 2 x's. So once I find x, I'm going to double it. That gives me the length of that segment AB. So when we do trigonometry, here's how we did it. we would circle the angle, 36 degrees. Label the three sides. Hypotenuse. The angle opens up to the opposite, and the third side is the adjacent. Now, if I look at this picture, I only want opposite and hypotenuse, not the adjacent. That is sine. Sine of 36 degrees equals the opposite x over the hypotenuse 6. And now that I'm looking for a side length, put this over 1 and cross multiply. X equals 6 sine of 36. Make sure your degrees in the right mode. Make sure your calculator's in the right mode. Degrees, 6 sine of 36. And I'll round to 2 decimals. Actually, just 1 decimal. This comes out to be about 3.5. So now, to find AB, I'm going to take 2 times that. So AB is roughly 7. So an interesting little problem here involving circles and radii and central angles and all that fun stuff. So hopefully you followed along. Maybe part C was a little bit difficult, but you see how we can use trig throughout the book. Alright, very good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on test day.